Welcome into Power 5 Picks brought to you by Better in Green. What a weekend, but not really in the college football playoff. Four blowouts, absolute blowouts. The Texas Clemson game was kind of entertaining, but every other game absolutely sucked. It was a little disappointing. Hopefully, round two of the college football playoff gets better, but we do have an 11 a.m. bowl game today, and it might not be better than the college football playoff. I wish it was, but it might not be. This is UTSA and Coastal Carolina at the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Believe it or not, it's being held at Coastal Carolina's home field. So that might be a little bit of an advantage there. UTSA is an 11.5 point favorite. Over under is 55.5. Before I'll send it to you, I'm just going to give the opt outs that I have read. Coastal Carolina is without their first string quarterback, their second string quarterback, and a freshman quarterback. They are starting a 4-star true freshman quarterback with 0 passing attempts on the season. UTSA is without a second, third string running back and then a tight end. So major development with UTSA. This line opened, I think, at 4.5. It has moved all the way up to 11.5 in favor of UTSA. But I'll send it to you. Who do you got? UTSA, Coastal Carolina at Coastal Carolina's home field.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm probably not betting this game. Just throwing that out there, but I like UTSA minus the points here. Um, Also, I'll just say, yeah, Carolina is without Noah Kim. He is not a first or second or third string quarterback. I know that from his Michigan State days. He's no good. Both these teams 6-6. You know, it's kind of hard to find an edge here. I think the main thing for me leaning towards UTSA is, like you said, it's at Coastal Carolina, and these teams have the same record, and UTSA is laying double digits here. It's a fishy line. Um, Coastal Carolina's been really good in the last few years, mostly due to Grayson McCall, the quarterback that they had that transferred to NC State, which completely flopped this year. I know I was pretty high on NC State with him. I think you were as well, and they sucked. But um, I just don't really know what Coastal Carolina's care level is going to be at this point. UTSA has been pretty good in the past as well. I think this is kind of a down year for them, but ultimately, I just think the line is kind of telling. Obviously, like you mentioned, Coastal has a bunch of opt outs, but being at Coastal Stadium, 11.5 points for the road team here. It's a little bit telling for me. So I'm going to lean UTSA plus or minus 11.5. But it's not a game that I'll probably get involved in.
It does surprise me a little bit. Usually, I would imagine you being all over Coastal, thinking there's going to be too much points for having quarterbacks out and a couple other players out. But yeah, I'm going to, again, go the untraditional way and not do a game side here. I'm going to go with the over of 55.5. Why the hell is it so high? I have no idea. Again, no offense for Coastal here. UTSA can score. I get it, but they do, like I said, have a running back and a tight end out, opting out. So if anyone does any bit of research, they're going to see a bunch of people out on offense, defense, whatever, and I think they're going to take the under in this game as well as UTSA. So I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take the ugly over, and hopefully it's just a really ugly game. I could see UTSA running away with this, honestly. But I think Coastal is capable of putting up hopefully a couple touchdowns. They do have a 4-star quarterback who is coming in, but again, 0 pass attempts on the season. So he is 100% just getting thrown into the wolves. I did see that majority of his skill guys, I think all of his starting skill guys are going to be playing in this game. So he'll have some options at running back and dump down passes to wide receivers. So I don't think he'll have to do anything crazy. But yeah, this line is way too high. The next game we are talking about, we do have another bowl game today, probably a better one, and it is the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. But we'll talk about that total in our next video. Very similar situation, bunch of opt-outs on offense. That total is at 40, and it's probably lower by the time you're watching this. So we have a total of 55.5 with a bunch of opt-outs and then a total of 40. So it's a little odd. It's a little fishy. I do like the odd and fishy lines. So I'm going to take a shot, and it's fun to bet an over at 11 a.m. on a Monday. So sign me up. But Ethan, do you have anything to add before we get into our next video today?
No, I know you and I both kind of killed the college football playoff, so we'll obviously have videos out for the college football playoff round two. Be sure to tune into those because you and I are both dialed in on the better games here with no opt outs going on. So Obviously doing a preview for every bowl game, but be sure to tune in for those playoff games because we killed round one.
And no, we weren't super square and just took every favorite and every favorite on the spread. We did have some mixes in there. We had some player props. We had some over-unders. We had some side bets. So yes, the four favorites won and all four favorites covered, but we didn't necessarily bet every single one of those. We had different plays, but yes, we were pretty profitable. But like you said, stay tuned for our next videos. We do have one more video today. Like I said, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. But stay tuned for a lot better games coming up as we approach the new year. But thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. Better in Green.